Hi everyone, this is Tim, your Block 3 lecture instructor. And unfortunately, because of the fact that there was an attempt of cyber hack, I wasn't able to get anything to you as far as any documents or any PowerPoints or any extra anything that you guys have been asking questions on. I'm not able to get that out to you, but I am still able to do voiceovers and post them to YouTube. So I thought, well, let me put all the calendars together and do a voiceover for it explaining what the plan is from week one, which is next week, until the end of the semester. So the first document that I have here is the lecture calendar. So, and if you actually look at the first column, it's March 28th. That's actually next week, but it's the week of March 28th. So March 28th is a Sunday, the 29th is a Monday, and the 30th is a Tuesday. So when you look at this calendar, it's the week of. So week one, which is next week, on Monday, we're going to do the orientation. Basically, if you've already listened to the voiceover for the orientation PowerPoint, you're already done. So basically, I'll just answer any questions you guys may have. And then the remaining of the time, we'll do the med math, which is the packet. It actually comes from your Henke math book. So for those of you who have had Block 1 and Block 2, probably already have the book or at least the e-version of it. And it comes from pages 264, 268, and 275. If you don't have a copy of the packet, if you talk to those who have actually had me the first half of the semester, they have done the same packet, so you might be able to get a copy of it from them. But we'll go over that on Monday. On Tuesday is Neuro, and it's chapter 69, 70, and page 2101. The second week, which starts the week of April 4th, we're going to do renal, which is 2 days worth. There's chapters 53, 54, 55. There's a PowerPoint voiceover. We're also going to have quiz 1 on one of the renal disease processes, and that's on Monday from 11:30 to 12. You're also going to have an IV Med Math and IV question quiz on that same Monday of the week, April 4th. The quizzes are a half hour long, so you'll do quiz 1 first from 11:30 to 12, and then you'll do the IV Med Math and the IV question quiz from 12 to 1. They're all three quizzes are proctored points. The IV Med Math and the IV question quiz are worth 5 points apiece. And again, they're proctored. And when Canvas comes back up, there is an IV resource module, and that's where those quizzes come from. So you have a whole week. As long as you know how to do the math, you'll be fine. And the IV question quiz, all those questions come from the actual PowerPoints that you'll be looking at too. It's really not that hard of a quiz. And then let's see here, the week of April 11th, which is week 3, you have quiz 2, which is going to be on the GI disease processes, and the pass point, which I told you guys in the med-surg orientation packet, I probably was going to actually keep the same dates. But then when I did the calendar, it just made more sense just to move it by a week. So you actually get a little longer of a time to actually do it. And that is going to be due on Tuesday at 8 o'clock. And then you have, let's see here, test 1, which is the week of April 18th. It's on a Tuesday. It's 2 hours long. It's 60 questions. We'll do that then. And then on, let's see here, April 25th, we'll do endo, which is DKA on day 1. And then day 2 is going to be the DI, SAIDH, and Cushing's and Addison's disease. And you'll do a quiz on Monday from 11:30 to 12. Let's see here, week 6 is going to be men's health, and then we're going to do on Tuesday hematology, and then week 7, which is April 9th, is cancer, and then you'll have test 2 that following Tuesday. And the pass point's also due on Tuesday at 8 o'clock. I left week 8, which is May 16th, open. We still don't know when your final is going to be or when HESI is going to be, because we have to figure out who is doing what and when. We need a room and the testing center and all the other stuff. So, but this is actually what it should not, I mean, pretty much sure 99% of this is not going to change at this moment. So this is your lecture calendar. And let's see here. The next calendar is your lab calendar. This is every Tuesday after lecture. The week of March 8th, which is next week, next Tuesday, we're going to do NG tubes and IV skills. IV skills originally was supposed to be this week, but of course, because of the cyber hack, we can't do that, and we're not allowed on campus. So all it is, I really moved it over. Hannah is actually your lab instructor, and I actually help her out with actually having an extra set of hands. So pushing the IV skills into the following week isn't that big of a deal. And then basically week 4. Or I'm sorry, April 4th, April 11th, April 18th, April 25th, we actually can throw in IV skills into that also, so that way you guys get more practice. Now, on the week of April 4th, week 2, there was originally a test scheduled for that day, and I usually don't do lab after test because you guys aren't interested and you guys are already worried about the test and all that other stuff. So I usually don't do it, but because of the cyber attack, things got moved around, so this is kind of not normal, but I'm doing the best I can. So for week 2, April 4th, I'm planning on finding a room, and we can probably do more IV skills for that day. So definitely leave that day open for another lab. April 18th, that week on Tuesday, you do actually have test 1. It's from 8 to 10, 60 questions. And then after that, I do a test review. So from 10 to 11, I review with all of you guys in one setting, and I go over the entire test. And then after that, we're going to have lab. We have to, just because of the fact that I still have to be able to, there's certain things I have to teach you for lab and certain hours for the board. So I can't really change some things. And unfortunately, the week 4, April 18th, there is a test, and afterwards is a lab. And I also could do IV skills in that day also. On Wednesday of the week of April 11th, there is an on-campus simulation. I split you guys into groups of A, B, and C. That's how I will probably figure out who can do what when, and basically you guys come in for 6 hours. And it's almost like when you guys did block 2 with Jerry, and you guys did day in the ward. It's pretty similar to that also. So definitely keep your Wednesday open for that day. And let's see here. I think that's it for the lab calendar. So labs every Tuesday after lecture, and you guys are already signed up for your times. And again, Hannah will probably reach out to you guys in the next week or so, letting you know what to expect. And again, there's always some sort of video and a article and some sort of light, easy quiz just to test your knowledge. And then you guys come to lecture or lab, and then we go through all the skills. All right, so for clinical replacement groups, you guys did actually have group A, B, C, and X. Because I only have 3 instructors, which is myself, Darren, and Cindy, you guys have now been split into groups of roughly 10, and there's group A, B, and C. So definitely look at this and make sure that your name is on it, find out what group you're in, and that's your instructor for clinical replacement, which is every Wednesday from roughly 7 in the morning until 7 in the afternoon or evening. So let's see here. Here's your clinical replacement. Again, it's every Wednesday. So the first week, which is next week, the week of March 28th, which is obviously a Sunday. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So Wednesday is clinical replacement. We're going to do the renal medications, renal case studies, and VSIMs. The VSIMs, they will be told to you the day of clinical replacement. Usually it's in the afternoon. Week 2, we're going to do insulin and heparin math. That's also in the IV resources. And I actually pulled that straight from your book. So if you can find that in your book, there's your pages there. And then we're going to do the neuro case studies, men's health, and cancer. On Wednesday of week 3, April 11th, is the simulation on campus. And the following week 4, April 18th, is also the simulation. And I'm going to go up here real quick and make sure that... yes, I want to make sure that the calendars are actually matched. Sometimes I make little mistakes. But so anyways, clinical replacement is every Wednesday virtually online from 7 to 7:30. Your simulations are on campus. Pretty much keep your day open. And again, I'll split you guys into groups, and you'll know exactly what time you need to be there and how long you'll be there for. And again, the case studies I like a lot. They're actually, I brought them from a book, and it gives us a different way of actually thinking about different things, or at least putting things into a different perspective based on the disease process. And let's see here. So here is your clinicals. Everybody got one clinical day, which is unfortunately it's only one day, but it's better than nothing. And they're at least letting us come to their hospitals at least one day. So here is the clinical dates. Let's see here. The first one is on a Wednesday, which is 3/31. I believe those are the students from the first half. And I sprinkled the groups, the students from the first group into the other groups and stuff. So for the most part, they're on Thursdays. There's a Friday, and there's a Thursday, and there's a Thursday. So they don't actually creep into the clinical replacement days or the simulation days, which is good. And I have had some questions before this even started that, is there are we still doing the same amount of work that we were doing before plus a clinical day? And the answer is yes. And the reason why is because I want you guys to actually plan for clinical simulation or clinical replacement on Wednesdays. I want you to plan for the entire day, but these don't take an entire day. So for the most part, you're probably going to be done at least by noonish, one-ish, maybe even two-ish in the afternoon. The VSIMs, those don't take too long. You're usually done within an hour or two, and then you do a DocuCare. So I didn't really shorten anything based on having a clinical day because you definitely need 60 hours of clinicals for block 3 according to the board. So this really all adds up to 60. That's including your clinical day at the hospital. And like I said, we're really kind of a little bit short, but I plan to overbook stuff, and it really kind of works out either way. So you'll definitely have clinical replacements on Wednesdays, and your clinicals in the hospital are usually on Thursdays and Friday. I think that is pretty much about it. So let's see here. Let me start at the top. That way you guys can actually take a look at things again. Here's your lecture calendar. We'll definitely do neuro next Tuesday, renal the following week, GI after that. Test 1 is week 4, and test 2 is week 7. And let's see here, here's your lab calendar. They're on Tuesdays. And we'll do NG tubes next Tuesday. And then let's see here, you definitely have a test on week 4, April 18th, and you also have lab that same day. Your simulations are on Wednesdays. Here's your clinical replacement groups. So group A will be with me, group B is with Darren, and group C is with Cindy. Here's your virtual clinical replacement. Let's see here, we have week 1, which is next week, and then we finish with week 5, April 25th. I will add onto this too, we don't know when HESI is and when the final is. If it happens to, for whatever reason, fall on a clinical replacement day, worst case scenario, I move the clinical replacement day to a Monday after lecture. Again, their clinical replacements usually are half a day anyway, so I mean, keep your Mondays and Tuesdays open for lecture and lab and clinical replacements on Wednesdays, just in case something has to be shifted. I don't ever really move anything on a Thursday or Friday, or I definitely a Saturday or Sunday because I work at the hospital. So for the most part, if you keep Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday open, you're definitely going to be in good shape in case something has to be moved around. Clinicals at Banner, again, they're usually on Thursdays. There's April 8th, April 15th, which is Banner Desert, and then Friday is at Banner Desert again, which is April 16th, and then Thursday is at Banner Desert, April 22nd. And April 29th is Banner Desert Medical Center. So let's see here, Banner Desert, Banner Desert, Banner Desert, Banner Desert, Banner Desert, and all right. I thought there was a Banner Baywood, but that was only the 31st. And again, that's the people who was in the first group that are now in OB. So anyways, if you guys have any questions, let me know, and I will definitely see you guys next Monday, unless someone decides to hack us again or some sort of, killer bees or locusts or apocalypse happens. But so far, I plan to see you guys on Monday. So let me know, guys, if you have any questions.